For the 2003 model year, Nissan is bringing its reborn Z car back to dealer showrooms. To understand the origins of this all-new sport coupe, let's take a look back across 3 decades of Z car history. Few mass-produced sports cars have enjoyed the popularity of the Nissan Z car, and few have had as big an impact on the sports car market. The original Datsun 240Z was introduced in the U.S. for the 1970 model year. Powered by an inline-6 rated at 150 horsepower, it did 0 to 60 in under 9 seconds, comparable performance to a Porsche of that era.
Best of all, Datsun is more than just a fine racing machine. It's a luxurious GT car with all the trimmings.
But with the 240Z's futuristic styling, brisk performance, and Porsche-busting $3,500 sticker, demand quickly exceeded supply. The car was so popular that a 1-year-old used Z had a Blue Book value of roughly $4,000, about $500 more than when it was new. In 1974, the engine was bumped up to 2.6 liters and a 4-seat 2+2 version was introduced. The line was now christened the 260Z.
New looks, new engineering, a new legend, the Datsun 260Z.
Just a year later, Datsun boosted engine displacement again to 2.8 liters and added fuel injection. The 280Z was born.
The fuel-injected Datsun 280Z, engineered to endure.
For 1979, Datsun introduced an all-new second-generation Z car, the 280ZX. It offered greater horsepower and more luxury, and MotorTrend named it the Import Car of the Year. Datsun changed its corporate name to Nissan in 1982 and continued to produce various versions of the Z for nearly 15 more years.
A car destined to leave its mark.
But during that time, a combination of the Z's rising sticker price and the increasing popularity of SUVs gradually caused sales to tumble. In 1996, Nissan retired its 300ZX from the U.S. market. But the Z was too much a part of Nissan's image to let the original concept fade away. For 2003, they've reintroduced this popular sport coupe as the 350Z. It's all new, but in many important ways, it's brought the Z's history full circle. Next, MotorTrend tests the all-new Nissan 350Z. Automotive sequels can be a tricky business. Just like with film sequels, the follow-ups often don't live up to the originals. In the case of its new Z, Nissan has gone to great lengths to avoid that mistake. Let's take a look. Nissan's all-new Z has the fundamentals of the original 240Z concept, an affordable, mass-market sports car based on sedan mechanicals. So its new rear-drive platform is shared with other Nissans, like the Skyline sold in Japan and the new Infiniti G35 offered in the US. Those are impressive family ties. On a recent MotorTrend television road test, the G35 bested the longtime sports sedan benchmark, BMW's 3 Series, in acceleration, handling, braking, and value. So imagine you start with the G35. Now add an extra 27 horsepower, a 6-speed manual transmission, trim off 125 pounds, give it larger wheels and tires, and drape it all in a very expressive design. And you've created the new Z.
It's a great all-around sports car, as all Zs have been. It has a fluid dynamic to it. Plenty of power. It's agile. It has a slick shifting 6-speed transmission. It's easy to drive. It's a car that both relaxes you and excites you at the same time.
Entry price for the 350Z is $26,269. Our upscale touring model started at about $33,000. Every version comes with the same 3.5-liter, 287 horsepower V6, and a 5-speed automatic is optional. Standard touring model features include power leather seats, traction control, and xenon headlamps. Additional airbag options raise the price of ours to a little over $34,000. Nissan decided against retro styling. this reborn Z takes a new design direction. The metal stretched over bulging wheels look shows attitude and gets noticed. On the inside, our test model's bright orange leather seats made a sharp contrast to the textured black dash and door panels.
The interior, I think, is one of the strongest points of the Z car because that's where you spend all your time. The driver's and passenger seat are different. The driver's seat has different padding. It's more firm. It has more support. The gauges go up and down with the steering wheel, and that's done so that the gauges are never blocked by the steering wheel.
A 3-bay gauge pod high on the center dash is another classic Z trademark, and a generous sprinkling of aluminum and aluminum look trim pieces are jewel-like accents throughout. The hatchback is also a Z car trademark, but one that compromises body stiffness, so front and rear suspension tower braces are used to bolster the structural integrity. Where the exposed rear brace is concerned, Nissan designers decided to flaunt it.
That strut bar also takes away some luggage space, but Nissan has decided to make it a bit of jewelry. So that's why it has an aluminum look piece and has the big Z emblem on it. It has to be there. You might as well make it look pretty. And I guarantee you, all the kids are going to be out there putting strut bars in their other hatchbacks, copying this thing in no time. You watch.
Like the original 240, the 350Z is an everyday sports car with real-world drivability. There's no explosive power surge, but there's turbine-smooth acceleration over a wide power band. Our best 0 to 60 run took just 5.49 seconds. The standard brakes are vented front and rear and returned a 60 to 0 test performance of just 115 feet, on par with some of the best brakes in the sports car segment. The steering and suspension are a well-tuned balance of responsiveness and ride comfort. Our tester's slalom speed of 67.8 miles an hour is, once again, on par with some of the world's best. With its performance, contemporary lines, practicality, and a top price under $35,000, the 350Z looks like quite a value.
This car has the same level of equipment and performance as BMW's, costing $10,000 more, Porsche's costing $20,000 more. That's a heck of a nice position to be in.
Nissan is betting it's no mistake to actually offer more car for less money. At least 6,000 buyers who've already placed orders for the new Z appear to agree.
Now, here's an update on